right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing this evening? We've had a very interesting week since I went uh since I came up here last time. It's been a very interesting week. People have kind of, been in their feelings, people a little disappointed, people a little hurt, people are a little confused and rightfully so. Um but don't let that distract you. Let's talk about that. Bloom, 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 bloom. Yo, I love that intro. Oh my God. That's probably one of my favorite records I produced. There's no lyrics or anything on it. It was just music that I did a few years back, and I just said, you know what, that actually fits where I am right now. So, welcome to Conversations with Terrence. I am your word sayer, Terrence. How you guys doing this evening? And I am coming to you from my beautiful, my beautiful edifice. How's everybody doing, man? All right, so last week, in the week before last, we spoke about um feelings of abandonment, right? And I discovered that I did, in fact, have feelings of abandonment when it came to the death of my parents, my mother, my father, how that actually like made me feel. And I didn't realize until this tender age, there's nothing tender about being 44. This age of 44 years old that I actually carried baggage concerning that and just trying to be tough, and kind of working out those feelings that I had regarding, these abandonment issues that I had with the death of my parents. But I do want to deviate slightly from that conversation this week, only because, we have more important things about how I felt back then and kind of how I still continue to feel. Now, by no means is this any political nonsense. No need about that. But I do have to, I would like to address how it made a lot of people feel. And this still goes with the journey of unlearning, right? Because where I want to go with this is literally just control your controllables. That's all you got to do. There's nothing that you can do. You did what you could, and that was it. Just kept it pushing. Just control what you can control. So as you know, this presidential election was like a historical one. There was a lot of stuff going on with this last presidential election, right? I don't have any skin in the game either way it goes. King James version, for I careth not, and I know that doesn't really go well with a lot of people when I tell them I don't care, because I literally don't care either way. Only because no matter what, I'm just going to control whatever I can control. Whatever the outcome is going to be is what the outcome is going to be, regardless of who's sitting in that seat. That's my philosophy of it. That's why I didn't take none of this personal. That's why I didn't feel away. It is what it is, man. But I can't ignore the fact that this has literally crippled countless people. I've seen so many people like lose friendships over this. Like, listen, man, I have compassion to a certain extent, right? But for stuff like this, I do not have compassion, right? Only because I just don't understand for the life of me why it's okay to have a different opinion on everything else except for political views. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. You could still be my man. You can still be my man and vote for this dude. Or you can still be my homie and vote for her. It doesn't matter. You have the right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. Your candidate can be whoever it is. Just because we we cool like that, doesn't mean that your needs and my needs are the exact same needs. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe somebody speaks to the need that he has, or somebody speaks to the need that she has, and they have the right to do that. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make them indifferent. It doesn't make them any of that stuff. And I see so many people falling out on the internet, falling out on the internet over something as trivial as this. And people are like, "Oh no, it's not trivial." Blah, blah, blah. No, it is. It is, because if you're from a certain cloth or whatever, you do understand that we have the freedom of choice. Especially over here, the way we rock it, we rock it with people. We just letting people know, like, be who you are, be free. Whether your candidate is him or her, it doesn't matter. If your candidate is somebody else, it doesn't matter. Just be honorable. And it does not mean that you're not honorable if you vote for that guy. It doesn't mean that you're not honorable if you vote for her. And I've seen people get up in arms. I actually just threw out some bait on Facebook. Because sometimes, you may not know this, guys, but sometimes I can actually be a jerk, and I want to be entertained by people's foolishness at times, right? So I put out a post. I think I spoke about this too, like briefly last time, though. I put out a post on Facebook, and I said, the fastest way to get people to argue on the internet is put up your political affiliation, right? So then people started talking in the comments or whatever. So then my next post was, I'm a Republican. A Republican. 3, 2, 1, go. And people was arguing, going crazy in the comments. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? I was like, y'all fell for it. I warned you before I did this, and you still fell for it, which leads me to believe that people don't really pay attention, right? They don't pay attention. People, again, we are emotional creatures. We are. I'm not taking any of that away from us, right? We're emotional creatures, right? So we are going to feel strongly about certain things, but it showed me that we are still struggling with conflict resolution skills. Like I struggle with that, like for real, for real. That's like my first divorce. Like I I didn't have conflict resolution skills at all. Like that's the only reason why that didn't work. I couldn't resolve any conflict. And then, but I've grown that though. I've outgrown that. I've learned, you know, I've learned to resolve conflict. I've unlearned being super defensive all the time, and so a lot of people are super defensive when you do not agree with them. But that is the beauty of us being humans and us being social creatures, because in the disagreement, you have an opportunity to learn. That doesn't mean that the other person's point of view is right. Doesn't mean that your point of view is right. But if you have an open mind and create those opportunities for you to learn new information, to where, yeah, I still don't agree with you, but I actually understand your thought process. I understand why you got to that point. We are not supposed to hang out with people that we completely agree with. And then, if you Bible people, y'all want to put in, be not unequally yoked, right? Most people get that part wrong. So would you like for me to explain it? Okay, I will, even though you didn't ask me. All right. So unequally yoked does not mean we like the same thing, we do the same thing all the time, right? So y'all know what a yoke is, right? So a yoke is a joint, right, that goes into the oxen's mouth. So you pull it either way to turn the oxen, right? And if you get it even, it goes straight. So if you want to be on a straight and narrow path, you have to be equally yoked with someone, meaning I'm strong in this area, you're strong in this area. We're going to move forward so we can keep going straight. That is equally yoked. Not I'm strong in this area, I'm strong in this area too. Guess what? You pull. You're going to keep going this way, and you're going to keep veering off. That is not equally yoked, because you guys do the same things, like the same things. You're strong in this area, you're strong in this area, and then we're going to move forward. So everybody gets that whole not being unequally yoked nonsense twisted. That means if you guys are rocking the same way, the same thing, have the same exact thought process, and you're not learning anything, you're going to go left or to the right, and you're not going to go straight to the promised land. Bottom line. So just Want to throw that out there real quick. So it is good to be in company with people that you don't agree with. Keep your mind open so you can learn something new, lad. Learn something brand new. Telling you. And it's going to open your mind to new opportunities, new processes of thinking, man, because we're going to unlearn the stuff. Because having that closed mind and just saying, no, this is the only way, this is the only way, this is the only way. Having that closed mind, you have to unlearn that. Open up your mind. The Bible is not the only book that you should read. I don't care who tells you that. I don't care, and I will debunk it. I don't care who gets mad at me for that. The Bible is not the only book that you should read, you church weirdos. Yep, I said church weirdos. Oh my God. Listen, man, broaden your horizons, man. Learn something about your Muslim friend, man. Learn something about your Hindi friend, man. Learn something new. Yeah, you don't believe the same thing, but the funny part about it is if you explore enough, you'll realize how similar we actually are. We are very similar, but because of our cultural differences and because of the things that we were taught that we are extremely different, that we cannot relate on any level. Nah, that's not the truth. We can relate on levels. And of course, we are different, but we're not that different. But our difference is we can learn and we can elevate and we can go from there. So I said all of that to say, and oh yeah, and tonight this is definitely not going to be that long. Just being super honest, I got something else to do, and just trying to stick with my word of making sure that I say and do something because I'm still learning that my words are very important. My words are very important, and I'm naturally a quiet dude. I don't really like to talk unless I have to. Like if I'm sitting at home, I'm silent. I'm always quiet. Like I'm literally always quiet. Like that's me. I enjoy being in quiet spaces. I don't like to speak unless I'm spoken to. And I'm still working out of that because a lot of that is social anxiety and all of that stuff. A lot of that is in there. But I do feel like when I do open my mouth, like I have something important to say, and so I cannot I can't keep lying to myself and be like and not being true to my own word and be like, you know what? Nah, I'll do it next week, next week. No, 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 no. I am gonna come up because honestly, I'm gonna be really, really honest with you guys. I'm actually doing this for me, not just y'all. This is for me. This is my chance to really figure some stuff out about myself. So the more I talk, the more revelation I get about me, the more revelation I get about us and like different interactions that I have with people, and why I react a certain way to people. So this is literally for me. Y'all just here eavesdropping, watching this. So I have to be true to my word, to myself, to do this. So that's why, even though I'm a little busy tonight, I am still gonna come up and give you about like 15 minutes, which means I got 2 minutes, a minute and a half to go before I get off this. But I'm not gonna rush it though. I'm not gonna rush it. So I do understand the climate that we're in right now, y'all. I get it. I understand it. It's not easy. It's not easy. But open up your minds, open up your hearts to an idea that is not your own, and be open to have conversations. And we're going to be passionate. Like I said, we're emotional creatures. We're going to be passionate about it. But don't be so passionate that you literally throw away the actual real information that you are getting, the necessary information that you're getting. And so just be understanding, like, okay, I can see why you think on that level. I get that. I get that. It's not too far fetched, but it's still not how I rock. And like I said, be equally yoked with people, meaning be that yin and yang, yin and yang, man, because it's literally, I'm sorry, y'all, that little beep just threw me off. But seriously though, like just be that yin and yang because you never know where life is going to take you. And I know where life won't take you your life ain't gonna go anywhere if you're constantly around people who have the same exact thought process that you have from since you guys been growing up, going in circles and circles. That's why I don't really like going to my hometown like that. No shade to anybody. I'm just talking about the feel of it for me whenever I go, right? So when I go to my hometown, it's like, wow. And then I see people that's still doing the exact same thing that they were doing when I was younger, seeing the same characters in the same areas. And it's like, I don't understand it. It was like, oh my God. And then the thing about it is, I learned that people don't know what they don't know. Think about that. You don't know what you don't know. So even though we're in the age of information, we have these phones in our hands, and we can learn all of this information, and it's right there at our fingertips and all this other stuff. But let's be honest, whatever you search is what pops up the most on your phone. So new information and new thoughts and new ideas won't pop up on your phone if you're constantly searching like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, stuff like that. And shade to any of those cats. You know, they have their space in life as well. But if you constantly search stuff like that, that is what's going to keep coming up on your phone. It's called the algorithm. Literally. So check this out. If I'm looking at car videos, right? Like, learning about the latest tech and stuff like that, all of my suggestions and all of the ads are gonna be of tech and car and all that other stuff. But I guarantee you that if you start putting in information about money or trade or anything like that and start watching a couple of those videos, I guarantee you that the algorithm is going to start shooting stuff that way that you've never seen before. Like, I'm discovering new music and new genres because I'm searching stuff. And so the thing about it is, yes, we do have these devices in our hand, but the algorithm can keep you literally in a box. The algorithm can keep your mind, your thought process in a box according to what you search. So just think about it, man. If there's something brand new, there's other things out there. Just randomly just type in stuff and start looking at things to broaden your horizon. And then the algorithm will do its thing and start sending you other things to look at. So like I was saying, it's just like going back to my hometown. It's like I see people doing the exact same thing that they always done, and it feels super gloomy to me. And that's why I don't really go back where I'm from like that. And I'm not talking bad about where I'm from. Where I'm from, it shaped me and molded me into who I am. I said, but for who I am right now, where I am right now, any place that doesn't serve me, right? Any place that doesn't push me forward, or any place that I don't get inspired, it's man, I don't even really want to go there like that. I like to only go places where I'm inspired. Like right now, Atlanta is a very inspiring place for me, even though I don't really go out that much. I'm just being honest. I'm just talking about the energy here. The energy here is one that will allow you to soar and allow you to really elevate. Like, that's what I love about this place. But you can always create those environments wherever you go. I'm just not in a place right now to create that environment where I'm from. I'm just not in that place right now. I still got some growing to do to be able to elevate in those certain areas. And then I'm working on some stuff right now, y'all. I'm purposely focusing on becoming a music producer again. Real music producer again. And I struggled with this for a while, right? Why am I talking about this? Okay, whatever. Just I'm gonna be in it. Yeah, I've produced music for. Oops, sorry. I do this every week. Why do I keep doing that? I produced music for mainstream artists and stuff like that before, and so this is a long story for why I stopped. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into that now. Maybe one day I will. And one day I might drop. No, I'm not. I will never drop names. Never mind. So one day I'll get into why I actually stopped doing it. But I've been feeling this pull, man. It's like, yo, and then where I am right now, I'm going to be completely transparent, right? I just been thinking, like, how in the world can I make some real money again? Like, real money. And I had to think about it. Like, I was making real money when I was in music full time. Don't get me wrong. I like my job, and I'm part-time at my job now, which is awesome, which opened up, 10 more hours a week for me, which is awesome, that I am going to pour in what I'm about to talk about. So I'm feeling in my heart this push to really go back into being a music producer, right? And then I thought about it. I was like, man, I'm 44, bro. Do I have a place in this? And that's just doubt, like self doubt. I had to, like, I'm unlearning that part because it doesn't matter how old you are. It's like, yo, are your ideas, like, are your ideas enough? And my ideas are enough. They really are. Um, but you gotta. I'm working through that self doubt stage again, like that nervousness, that anxiety of because I don't really like attention like that. So whenever I start gaining like attention, it just makes me feel really, 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 really uncomfortable. So, but it is what it is. I'm pushing past all of that because I'm putting myself back out there again. So, and I'm not even talking about the Ray Terry project stuff. That's my personal music. I'm not looking to make any money from that. It is what it is. That's my music. That's my little baby. And I'm talking about getting back into producing for other people. Like that's gonna. There's some anxiety in there for me, man. And I'm working through that. But this is a good climate to do it, man, because anything is possible now, man. Anything is possible. Doesn't matter. Anything is possible. Whatever it is that you can think of, you can do. You just have to have the right and the proper mindset to get it done. Yes, I know where we are right now. I know this has been an emotional week for all of us. But like I said, don't lose focus, right? That's how I started. I started off with do not lose focus. Even though the results are what it is, control your controllables. Control what you can control. Only control what you can control. That's it. You just keep it pushing. And like me, I'm discovering that, like, you know what? I need to be a music producer again because music is my happy place, man. I'm so happy in the musical space. Like last night, right? I didn't go to bed until like 5:30 this morning because after I got off work last night, I had this idea that I wanted to play my guitar, I wanted to play my bass, I wanted to play the keyboard on a Luther Vandross cover, right? So in it, and I forgot that how much I loved editing videos and just trying to make things like pretty cool. So I ended up like I finished it fairly quickly within like a couple of hours, I believe, the whole editing and all that other process. And I just kept watching it, and then I just went down this rabbit hole of the internet last night, just like learning more stuff about editing, learning more stuff about mixing and music and all this other stuff, like doing all of that stuff. So music creates this excitement in me that I can't sleep. I used to be team no sleep back in the days. I don't want to do that no more. I'm too old for that nonsense. I'm too old for team no sleep. I'm too old for that because I do want to go to sleep. But I said that to say this because music ignites that passion in me, that drive in me to where I didn't even care about going to sleep. I was just like, I was so excited because I was in that space of recording and doing music and editing videos. I had this fire again, right? And I was just like, bro, yo, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this again. And I enjoy the process of creating. I gotta produce some music again, man. And I gotta get other artists on this music again, man. Like, time for me to pull on my connections. Like, let's go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna let what's going on right now in this political climate, in the climate of this country, in the climate of people, like, all this talk about deporting people and all of that stuff, man. Forget all of that. I'm not going to let none of that distract me from where I am trying to go, where I am headed, because we going there. All of us is going somewhere. So if you allow this political climate to distract you from where you are headed, I'm the one to tell you right now, stop it. Don't let it do it. All right, it's been 7 days. It's been an entire week. All right, let's move on. Let's get over it. It is what it is. Let's push past it. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I am insensitive at the same time over this particular situation. It is what it is. Push past it. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's going to be what it is. Let's not let that stop us from where we're going. Because no matter who's sitting in the seat, if it's destined for you to do what you do, if it's destined for you to be where you be, the destined for where you go where you're gonna go, it's gonna happen regardless of who is sitting in that seat. So from your homie, I'm telling you, get over it. Get over it. It is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. It's a sensitive issue, sensitive subject. There's going to be a lot of idiotic things happening. And even if she was elected, there was still going to be some idiotic things happening. So either way it goes, it's going to be idiotic either way. Control your controllables, man. Do your thing. Do what it is that you need to do to make it happen because nobody can block you. Nobody can block you. No government official can block you. There's always a way. There is always a way to make your dream happen. There's always a way to make things happen. So focus. Come up with a plan. Come up with that plan, yo. Word. Come up with your plan. Get your plan in place. Get that stuff in place. Get it together. So nobody's going to be able to stop it. The only person that's going to be able to stop it is you. You're the only one that's going to be able to stop this. So I'm going to tell you, keep it pushing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about who's sitting in office. Don't worry about that. Do your thing. Do your thing. All right, guys. So I'm done. I do appreciate you guys being on for 26 minutes with me. Time is the number one investment that you will never, ever, 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 ever in your life get a return on. So just real quick before I get out of here, let's just do a quick recap, man. Forget the whole don't be unequally yoked, your thought process behind that. It's not about you guys thinking exactly the same or being strong in the same areas. No. The goal has to be common, but your ideas and your thoughts and your process doesn't have to be common. Just the goal. If your goal is straight, you're strong in this, whoever it is strong in this. And you pull that yoke equally, and you're going to go in the same direction. But if both of you guys are strong in this and everybody failing in this, like I said, you're going to go this way. And your goal is that way, but you're going this way. You failed already. All right? So, who cares about who's sitting in the office, guys? It is what it is. That's not going to stop nothing. It's not going to stop what you got going on. Stay focused. Put a plan in place. There's always a way. There's always a way. Nothing can block you. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can hinder you. Again, time is the number one investment that you will never get a return on. And you have given me 27 minutes of your time on this evening. So next week, 9 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time, I will be back coming from my edifice, guys. Listen, like, subscribe, click that notification bell, whatever it is that you guys do on YouTube, because this community that I'm trying to build is very, very important. It's important for all of us. It's definitely important for me to know that I'm not alone with the way that I think. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that wants to grow. So let's go ahead and grow together. Again, thank you so much for giving me your time. I dare not bastardize your time. Until next week, talk to you later.